agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro ma ndị na-agba mgbọgba ebe niile dị iche iche onye m na Chineke nna ihere bụ nke niile etu a n'ụbọchị nke taa anyị wee na-etoghị wee na-asị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-azọpụta onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi nara otuto na ịja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi ise ise ise.
Hello, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us here on Radio Biafra. So I say good morning, good afternoon, and good night, depending on where you are joining us from. Today is the 16th day of June, 2024, and the time now is 12 minutes past the hour of 5 in the holy and blessed land of Biafra. Therefore, it is time for sunrise on Radio Biafra London. My name is Mazi Sochima Mbanali, and it is an absolute pleasure to be with you here every morning, from 5 to 7 a.m. Biafra time. Our religion is Biafra, and we worship on Radio Biafra because this is where we conscientize ourselves. This is where we motivate ourselves. You can join us on FM radio at 102.1 FM from your location, 102.1 FM if you are anywhere in Biafra land. We are streaming live on satellite and on various apps such as Radio Biafra and IPOB Community Radio. Radio Biafra and IPOB Community Radio are easy to download apps, easy to use as well. These apps are downloadable from your app store. We are also streaming live on our website, ipob.org. Go to ipob.org and you'll be able to listen to us, to be part of this conversation this morning. And then you will also be able to make contributions financially by going to ipob.org. You can also listen to us by going to radiobiafra.co. radiobiafra.co. And you will be able to join us. You'll be part of this conversation this beautiful morning. So once more, I say thank you and welcome to Radio Biafra. This is where we conscientize ourselves. This is where we conscientize ourselves. So before we really go into activities or things that are happening in our world today, it is important that every time I come here, I speak about where this is where we conscientize ourselves. Because every single day, every single minute, every single time that I switch on Radio Biafra, every single time that the radio is playing in my ears, all I am hearing is information. All I am hearing is an opportunity for growth. All I am hearing is opportunity for development, opportunity for change. That is all I hear. This is a place of immense opportunity. This is a place for immense opportunity. Positive, I must say. When you look at the policies of IPOB, take some time and really study these policies, you'll find out that these policies are designed out of love, designed out of sacrifices. These are policies designed out of enlightened minds. you can see there is this hope in the air every single time that the name of IPOB comes up, every single time that the name of Mazi NnamdiKanu comes up. There is this air of hope. There is now hope to those who are hopeless. Those who are hopeless now have hope because of IPOB. And this, I'm not talking about just Biafrans. No, I am talking about Nigerians. Nigerians who have been living in a state of hopelessness. IPOB came to bring light. And this is what Nigeria does not want. Nigeria, the quagmire Nigeria, has been in existence in this generation, in this day and age, cannot provide 24 hours power supply to its people. Nigeria is determined to keep the people in darkness. And this is why they have been doing everything that they can in order to stop IPOB. They've been doing everything that they can in order to stop IPOB. But they will continue to fail. They will continue to fail because there are people, not because of prayers. No. Today is Sunday, so forgive me if I brought that up. But it's not because of prayer that they will fail. It is because of your effort. Even prayer needs effort. Prayer needs effort. So it is the place of effort to make things happen. They say in physics that energy can neither be created nor destroyed, but can be transformed from one level to another. And then they also said something about if an object is in a stable position, it will need a force in order to activate and put it in motion. Right? It will need a force in order to activate and put it in motion. So, what am I pointing at? IPOB is that force that has activated hope in you, that has put your hope in motion. That has put your hope in motion. Why is that the case? Because IPOB is doing what is necessary. IPOB is not praying about it only. No, IPOB is doing what is necessary in order to ensure that you have a future. In order to ensure that our children will have a future. In order to ensure that their own children will have a future. That in 1,000,000 years, that they will have a future. Not a future where the discussion on the National Assembly is about cows. In this 21st century, people who make laws for the nation, people who make laws for over 200 million people, and their conversation is centered on cows, if cows are human beings or not. So this is like that kingdom of darkness that you hear, that by so you have been translated from the kingdom of darkness into the kingdom of light. IPOB is here to usher you into that kingdom of light. And it is not by giving you just simply hope. No, it is simply by doing the work. It is the work that brings the hope. That's hope. When you go to any place and you speak about Mazi NnamdiKanu, you are giving them hope. Hope automatically comes. Because Mazi NnamdiKanu is walking the talk. He's not just saying it, but he is walking it. He is fighting from the front. And the stand of IPOB is still the same. The unconditional release of Mazi NnamdiKanu. The unconditional release of Mazi NnamdiKanu. Mazi NnamdiKanu was abducted from Kenya by Nigeria government. And since then, they have subjected him to torture, both physically and psychologically. Abducted from Kenya 3 years ago, 3 years now. This month made it 3 years since he was abducted from Kenya. You know, there are so many ways to look at a thing. And this is one of the problems that Nigeria have. Nigeria looks at a problem from one direction because they are programmed to do it that way. It is a programming. It is by design. And this has immensely affected the lives of those who grew up in Nigeria. One way thinking. One way of thought. Growing up, they said to us, if you want to cross the road, look left, look right, not in Nigeria. They say, look left, look right, then look left again, because you might have missed something. In the case of Nigeria, Nigerians are taught to think only one way. If something is not beneficial to you, then you just conclude that it doesn't work. Rather, questioning of your attitude towards that, you question the thing itself rather than your attitude towards it. And this is a problem. For instance, look at the unworkable Nigeria that you have today. Many people look at it from one perception, one direction. And this is what has kept Nigeria in that shackles, because people have refused to see from different perspectives. And this is why Radio Biafra is here, for us to have a conversation, see things from different perspectives. This is why they abducted Mazi NnamdiKanu, because he has opened the eyes of people in order to see things from all perspectives. Just because something is favoring you does not mean that it is a good thing. Nigeria is favoring certain people. Just because Nigeria is favoring only you doesn't mean it is simply a good thing. Because it also has the ability to be a bad thing. The only thing is you approaching it from a place where it has become favorable to you. And for as long as we have been in Nigeria, Nigeria has been detrimental to us. We have looked at Nigeria to solve the problem from all directions, from the left, from the right, and it has refused because of the way, the direction Nigeria has been programmed. Nigeria is designed that the structures will start eating itself, like the crab that wants to climb out of something that is holding it down, like a bucket, and the others are pulling it in. That is Nigeria. Now, why will black people, especially Nigerians, not have that mentality of trying to drag others down? Why would that not be the case? This is the foundation upon which the colonial masters built their colonies, so that there will be black people checkmating the progress of other blacks. That is why during slavery there is something called house niggers, so that they can checkmate their own brothers who make some sort of progress, whether it is mentally, whether it is in any way physically. They have people that are stationed, designed to checkmate them. And this is how Nigeria is designed, to checkmate every effort that you make. And our demand is the unconditional release of Mazi NnamdiKanu, the unconditional release of Biafrans who are suffering in different dungeons in Nigeria, and total freedom, a referendum for us to determine our fate. And it is simple. It is simple. And Nigeria has continued to abduct and kill innocent people simply because these people ask them to behave the way they say, the way they speak, the way they say this is who we are, behave like that. Behave like that. This is just the problem that Nigeria has with us. Because you are asking for a better life for yourself. Because why? Why are you asking for a better life for yourself? Because Nigeria promised you a better life. Nigeria promised you that this is democracy, where your opinion will be heard, where your opinion will be considered. You will be the number one, the person who will make decisions, and then those that you have put in the affairs of Nigeria will simply follow it. But no. That is not what is applicable in Nigeria. So this is where we conscientize ourselves, because this place is where we become aware, we become awake to our responsibilities, to the political issues, the important social and political issues that are bothering Nigeria. You have a responsibility. Everybody in Nigeria has a responsibility. And I must say that it is not your fault that you were born into Nigeria. It is not your fault that Nigeria is what it is today. It is not your fault. But it is your responsibility to change it. There is a problem that we have, and it is the misuse of certain words or misidentification of certain words. For instance, responsibility and fault. We have this way of attaching both of them. Whenever something happens, rather than people to take responsibility, people are looking for faults. Will you take the fault? Will you take the blame? Will you take the fault? It is your responsibility to make sure that the zoo does not continue. But is it your fault? No, it is not your fault. It is not your fault that the zoo is what it is. You did not create the zoo, but it is a responsibility that has fallen on you. It is a responsibility. You do not need a calling to answer that responsibility by birth. It becomes a tax. It becomes a responsibility on you. And this is where we develop that consciousness, that awareness of it. It is this place where we also motivate ourselves, because being aware without any sort of motivation, it will not make any difference. It will not bring any sort of change. Or being aware without a proper motivating factor. You can be motivated but in the left direction, and it becomes detrimental. It becomes detrimental to even the change that you want to effect. Anything, I must say, anything that you want to do and do it well, then there is need to understand it. Anything you want to change, then you must understand the change that you want to effect. It is very, very important. Yesterday we were having a conversation on Mazi Jonathan's platform. You should never miss that opportunity to have a conversation, because nothing changes until you understand it, and conversation gives you an opportunity to understand it. Conversation gives you an opportunity to understand. That is why when you see people walk away from conversations, they are simply saying, I do not want to understand. I am okay with ignorance. I am okay with ignorance. It is also a different thing to listen without understanding. Many Nigerians listen without having the desire to understand. You'd ask me, so why would they listen? Because they listen to reply. They listen so that they can find something in order to reply what they had already believed in before. Not to bring any sort of change, because change is supposed to make anybody better. It's supposed to better you. Change is not supposed to make you backwards like the changes you find in Nigeria. No, change is supposed to develop you. Change is supposed to make your life better, not to take it backwards. But anything that has the capacity to make your life better also have that capacity to make your life worse. Anything that can better your life can also destroy your life. So I say that change needs understanding of the change you want. Change needs understanding of the change you want. When Jonathan was there, he was fighting terrorists, fighting them up and down. And remember that no matter how qualified you are, no matter the position you have as the president of Nigeria, you are not in charge. You are not in charge. Because those who created the foundation of the zoo are the people who are in charge. If I create a foundation of a house, I am the one who determines the direction the house goes to. If it is going to be a skyscraper, if it is going to be a bungalow, if it is going to be a three-decking, it is me that will determine it. Because I effected the foundation. If you want to make any difference, any alteration that is different from the foundation, you must first revisit the foundation. You must first go and strengthen the foundation. You must go and correct the foundation. Not because perhaps in this instance, because it is totally wrong, because it doesn't serve your own interest at that point. Perhaps it is a foundation designed for a bungalow, but now there is need for you to have a 3-decking, 4-decking, 5. Therefore, your interest is different from what it used to be. You go to the foundation, you effect change. And this is what Mazi NnamdiKanu is calling for. A foundational change to the Nigerian problem. And why are they fighting him? Because the problem of Nigeria is foundational. The problem of Nigeria, they know that the issue of insecurity, that the issue of political unrest, that the issue of ethnic divisions, these issues are foundational to Nigeria. They know. They know. And this is why things can go wrong, and those in authority that are a product of the foundation will keep quiet. Will be quiet. Yesterday, the conversation was on religious. You know, it's our religious discussion yesterday. And after that conversation, I started asking myself, there is a question that came to my mind, and I said to myself, Sochima, is suffering for your God your only purpose? Is suffering for your God your only purpose? Yesterday, somebody called in and was talking about God, where that God is not, it's a formulation of some European countries. And that is the fact, because God is a word. Whatever you attach it to, it becomes you. It is now you, left to you. Whatever you attach the meaning of that word to becomes your own. So usually, to understand the meaning of a word, you go to the foundation of the word. How did this word come about? What language is it? How did it transform into what it is today? And when you go back in time, you find out that, hey, this word came from Germany. That is why today you still have Goths, the people who practice Gothic and the rest of them. That is where the word came from. So, but how you put it in your life, how you accept it, it is what actually makes it have a meaning, the way you accept it. And there is no better way to accept a word than to accept it in your own language. Since you have the same word in your language, then accept it in your own language, because you do not know if foundationally that word is there designed only to benefit its own people. You do not know. So I ask myself, is suffering for my God my only purpose? Is it my only purpose just to suffer for my God, to fight his battles, to defend him anytime, any day? Is that my only purpose? You look at Nigeria today, look at the killings of Christians. Don't you ask yourself the same question? You know, sheep going to the slaughter, you know that breeding it for meat is the only purpose of that sheep. Oh, our owner has come with these beautiful green leaves. Today I get shasha. You don't know you are being fattened. You're just being fattened for the suffering, so that eventually the sheep will be killed and be served on the dinner table. Be served on the dining table. Every day you hear reports of killings by terrorists. They target Christians, they kill Christians. I want to remind you of something, a speech by Pa Ayo Adebanjo, when he said, if the people vote, this last vote, 2023, and then the vote is upturned, it is a declaration of war on Nigerians. After that statement, the Fulani people decided to really send the message, because this is, for me, I think it is simply making the message clear. And they now wanted to make the message clear. I don't know if it was them or whoever, but released a voice recording of a supposed conversation between Peter Obi and one priest, the Living Faith one. And one party said, this is a religious war. One party said, this is a religious war. Okay. And they came out later on and denied it and whatnot. I'm not trying to give you any information on what they said or say what they said is wrong or right. No. I'm just reminding you of what they said after Pa Ayo Adebanjo made it clear that if you upturn the votes, the rights of the people, it is war. It is a declaration of war. They came in, they know they will use religion to cut Nigerians into size. they made it a religious issue. So after thinking of all these things, I come back to say, is suffering for your God your only purpose? If religion is the easy way to disintegrate you, to break you into pieces, to make you, when you hear a voice of hope, a voice of redemption, you say, now onye church anyị. Nah, ndị are safe. Ndị are due to our pastor gwara anyị na this is not how it's done. Therefore, I believe it completely. No proof, I just believe it. Is suffering for your God your only purpose? I don't think suffering for Chukwu Abiyama is my only purpose. I don't think it is even my purpose to suffer for him. Because my own God cannot be one that loves the spilling of blood. That is why in our culture, in our religion, let me leave the word culture, because when we talk culture, we find a way to really distance it from religion when they just mean the same thing. The way of life of a people, which is culture, which is religion. The way of life. How you get to know these things is when you look at a word, you find out at the end of the day, this word means this. At the end of the day, the other word means this. So why am I pretending like, oh, religion is coming from Europe? Religion is not coming from Europe. You had a religion. They demonized your religion. They now called it culture. So that when you think culture, you think demonization. But when you think religion, you think European. The same way they tribalized you and they nationalized themselves. They go there, they talk about nations. While they come here, they talk about tribes. When you are a nation, when them themselves are tribes. And it is a problem. Until we find time to really look into such issues, who keep thinking that we never had a religion. We had a religion. We had a way of life. We still have a religion. We still have a way of life. Do you know that the religion in Africa, the entire Black Africa, are kind of similar? Do you know? And this is why we had open borders. Because our religion were similar, kind of similar. Therefore, when you question, you find out that the adaptation made it easy for people to be able to relate easily with themselves. Now, talking about, is suffering for your God your only purpose? And I said, no, that is not my Chukwu. That is not who I call my God. That is not suffering for him. He doesn't even want me to suffer. That is why Allah na sonso obara. Because it wants you to fulfill your purpose, not to die under the hammer of the Fulani terrorists, under the hammer of the army. You see this, your politicians, they are telling you every single day that suffering for your God is your purpose. Therefore, with that mindset, with that understanding, we have kings and princes of shithole in Nigeria. Kings and princes of shithole in Nigeria. The thing is, anybody who wants to make a difference must accept to suffer for the difference. So now in Nigeria, they make you suffer thinking that you have a purpose. You have a higher calling. You have a purpose to serve in Africa as the giant of Africa. And they put you in suffering. In one side, they are telling you, no, you have a purpose. Do not worry. Do not worry, you have a purpose. So you see politicians and clergymen, they fatten themselves. Every day they are fattening themselves on your suffering. On your suffering. They fatten themselves on your suffering. Oh, God says pay tithe to pay offering. So that he will open the windows of heaven and shower you blessings. And you ask yourself, what kind of God is this? That created me and is not willing to give me what I need, only until I have to do something for him, then before he will now bless me with what I need. Even without me working for it, he will just open heaven and shower it on me. What kind of I don't want that type of a God. I don't want to be that kind of father who made a kid, a baby, and then I'm saying to the baby, no, you are not my responsibility. I don't want that. I don't want to be that kind of a father. I'm sure you don't want to be. I don't want to be that kind of a father that say to my son, oh no, you must suffer. This is why Onyendu keeps saying Biafra land must be calm. We are not here to kill our people because we do not want our people to suffer. This is why we are here. This is why Onyendu is our father. So that he even got to the point of sacrificing himself for you. That is the type of God that I have. One that will readily do anything for me. Not one that needs me to give him something before he gives me something. Why would you want me to give you something? Did you ask for my permission to be here on earth? I don't remember giving any permission to anybody. I don't remember giving permission to my parents, actually, before they conceived me. I don't remember giving them any permission. If they brought me here, that is what makes me their responsibility. Even until they, on their deathbed, I am still their responsibility. I am still their responsibility. Not when you retire, then you thinking, oh, I am training you so that I become your responsibility. No. That is against nature. That is against nature, and that is why people saw these things, communities saw these things, and said, nah, this is against nature. Therefore, the government must take care of these people because they have served the government. Therefore, they must be taken care of properly. And like I said earlier on, it is not a bad thing to take care of your parents. It's actually a very good thing because it shows that you have humanity. You are human to the core. What shows that you are human to the core is not what you are doing outside, but what you are doing inside. But what you are doing inside. I don't know if that is clear, or I don't know. But let us go to this news. This is coming from The Whistler, and it is dated May 31, 2024. I just want to bring this out for you so that you see the kind of country where you are, the country that's every single day keeps telling you about change, but they don't tell you the kind of change that they want to bring to you. Oh, during Jonathan's time, change, and they brought you Buhari because you did not take time. Nigerians did not take time to ask themselves, what type of change are you bringing us? What is this change? You think most of us would have followed Mazi NnamdiKanu if he did not give us the idea of the change that he wants? You think if it was just, we want change, we want change, just like Nigeria, do you think most of us would have stood up? Because he gave us the dream. We were able to close our eyes and connected and saw the future the same with him. And not only did we see the vision, He also showed us the steps. He said, walk, wake up and work for this project. Only 100 people giving their lives every day working for this project will make it work. Only 100 people waking up every day for this project will make it work. A big difference. Now, let's go to this news from the Whistler. It says NATEP signs agreement to connect talented Nigerians to foreign jobs. Pay attention to talented Nigerians to foreign jobs. Why are they not employing talented Nigeria in Nigeria? Why do they have to want to connect them to foreign jobs? I know nihe awunkwa anekwe why. You know, nwoke na-ekwe nwanyị before mgbe ọ na-achọ ihe. But I'm not even going to address that. I want to ask simply, why are you exporting your talent when every day your country is going down? Why are you... You ask yourself, this God that put you in Nigeria, is it to suffer you? Is it to suffer you? So ihoma adehoge ma. Is it what this means? Ihoma adehoge ma. You are not supposed to have talented people manning the different sectors of your economy, manning the government, manning different institutions of the country. You don't deserve it. Akuya. Why are they even concerned about these talented people since they don't want to develop their country? Why are they interested in these people since they do not want to develop their country? They could just leave them there to die like other Nigerians and make their graves the most wealthiest place. Why are they interested in exporting their talent? Not building their own. Not building their own. It says here, honorable, these people are not even ashamed. Somebody who came out and spoke such nonsense is still being called honorable. This is Nigerian newspaper. Hi, Chukwumere Madebere. Honorable Minister, I'm reading what is written here. You can now judge for yourself if this person deserves the honorable. Honorable Minister of Justice, of Industry, Trade and Investment, Dr. Doris Nkiruka Uzoka Anite, flanked. Okay, no, let me start this news. Let me just go direct to it. The Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Dr. Doris Uzoka Anite, supervised the Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, signing ceremony between the ministry and UTEL Limited to connect Nigerians to foreign jobs in Kuwait, Gulf Cooperation Council, GCC, and Scandinavia countries, among others. And recently, I saw Nigerians who are there in these Gulf countries. The women are there doing prostitution. And I saw this video the other day, how they are mistreating our people. And do we question ourselves, why are these people doing it? Your government is exporting you as slaves. Modern day slavery. This is what this is. Modern day slavery. You take the best, the ripe, the ones that are, the best. You export them to one plantation. Let them go to that plantation and be. This is what is happening. Is this the change you want? Is this the change, Nigerians? Is this the change you want? Nigerians, is this the change that you want? Don't you want a place to call home? Don't you want a place where love flows, where you can leave your clothes outside and not be afraid that somebody will steal these new clothes, where you can afford a good life, where the government will take care of you, give you free health care, give you electricity, uninterrupted electricity, very, very affordable, to the point where it looks like this thing is just that normal thing. Maybe 20 naira will give me electricity for a month. Do you know that I was thinking the other day, do you know that you are not even supposed to be paying for electricity? Because electricity in this day and age is a need. Your government is supposed to provide you with your needs. That is why you have a government. For instance, security is a need. That is why it is the number one responsibility of the government to provide you security. Housing is a need. That is why it is the responsibility of your government to give you a housing. Job is a need. You need it to survive. That is why the government is their responsibility to give you a job. To be taken care of is a need. That is why when you retire, even as a somebody that is working, your government takes care of you. When there is pothole, the government is supposed to fix it so that your car does not. Do you know that in a civilized manner, in a civilized country, if there is pothole and your car spoils, you have the right to actually sue the people who are supposed to take care of the road, the government. You have the right, even if your car did not spoil, but there is a pothole, you have the right to sue them. It is their responsibility to you. You are paying tax for it. But no, your government wants to send you overseas like slaves. Why? Because they fear doing something good for you. And let me ask you, Nigerian, are you afraid of doing something good for yourself? Are you afraid of doing something good for yourself? So, because of that, you anchor on hope. Today, you are getting ready to go somewhere where you go and throw your anchor and it will hold on to hope. Hey, nah, tomorrow you just anchor on it. Every day you are suffering. Every day you are suffering because what is supposed to cure your sickness, your suffering, you've not even looked that way because you've been given false hope. And this is what Nigeria is an expert in, giving you false hope. This is what Nigeria is an expert in. Oh, democracy. We are strengthening our democracy. But you are the one that few days before that, on the 30th May, you sent Nigeria army to kill innocent people, abduct your youth, those that you are swearing to give the good life of democracy. So they give you hope even when they are killing you. They are telling, don't worry, this one, don't worry, it's better tomorrow. We are sending you overseas so that you run away from your father's land, go somewhere, be a slave. Be a slave. Your services, you are serving them. Whenever you are rendering service to anybody, you are serving that person. That is what service is, to serve your talent, to serve anything, your services, what should I say? I'm saying serving your services. Yeah, but that is what it is. When you have a stable environment, now your services will be to your people. Then that is why in Nigeria you cannot be patriotic, because you are not, your services are not even for your people. Your services are not for your people. You are not serving your people. You are serving the Fulani hegemony. That is why you cannot be patriotic. You are still serving as a slave in Nigeria. That is what it is. How then can you be patriotic? The human nature abhors it. Human nature abhors it. Yes, you might say, okay, but then why is it that people are just conformed? It doesn't matter how conformed you are to the sufferings that they have put you into. There is that unconscious, that subconscious, mind that is there telling you, but this is wrong. But this is not supposed to be like this. But things should be better than this. It is there. But because we've been taught to fear doing something good for ourselves, so we just hold on to hope. When you see people building, we are developing, they are just building hotels. You ask yourself, what is going on? Hey, O were ebe ngwori, you ask yourself, what is going on? Ona akwa ebe ngwori. Because you fear doing something good for yourself. And when you claim that you are doing something good for yourself, you are just, it's like somebody that is just beating around the bush so that it will seem like you are busy doing something. So that it will seem like, nah, you are taking care of yourself. You love yourself so much. Nigerians have been taught to hate themselves. That's the only reason why they cannot do something good for themselves. With all the hope they give you every day, like Nigerians are preparing today to go and receive some dosage of hope. With all that hope that you've been given, nothing has changed. Rather, it is becoming worse. It just seems like suffering for that God that keeps promising you a better place, a better life. It seems like suffering here on earth is your only purpose. And is that not what you've been taught in church? That's nageta suffer for the kingdom, and then very soon you have that place you won't have to suffer anymore. There will be no more pains, no more sorrows. These people telling you, none of them ever went there, but they keep injecting you with that idea that you must suffer today. And the funny thing is, it's actually some sort of, it's actually some sort of truth. Because if you want a better life, you must suffer for it. You must pay the price. You must pay the price. So they use it and say to Nigerians, do not worry, you are paying the price for somewhere better. Somewhere they don't even have any proof of. Mazi NnamdiKanu has been discharged and acquitted by the Nigeria court. Why is Nigeria, the same people who are talking about democracy, how they want their country to be better, why are they holding the innocent man who has been discharged and acquitted? Why? Why is that the case? Nigeria is not interested in any change that will advance your life. I'm not saying they are not interested in change. I said any change that will advance the lives of Nigerians. So because of that, Nigerians now have what is called toxic positivity. Toxic positivity. Somebody living in Abuja, they think, nah, this is the highest. You are living in Abuja, very hot, very dirty. You are living in Abuja, where insecurity is so much. Insecurity is so much. You are living in a country where those that are serving you, that are doing this nonsense that people are suffering in Nigeria, are living there in Abuja. And simply because these fools who cannot serve you are living in Abuja, people are jumping up. Toxic positivity. Positivity that is so toxic to them. Because you can afford to enter Uber. Hey, you a picture, you are positive about it, you are happy. Very toxic. Something that even as soon as you graduate from the university, you are able to get a car because you go there, you show them your graduation certificate, and as an institution, they understand that the bank will understand that this is enough collateral. Your certificate should be enough collateral. Enyegi moto. Even if that becomes the case, driving now will even gana aguzigi ike. Iwurike sefu igawori werezi igwe. Because car is everywhere. It has been commonized. The way the mind works. When something becomes too common, you now start neglecting it. But because in the big men, the first money Nigerians make, they go to buy a car, not to invest in themselves. Hence, I keep asking, is to suffering for your God, is it your only calling? Is it the only purpose for you to be in this life, in this earth? Is it the only purpose to suffer for your God? Huh? I said it is not mine. My God is not that type. He's not the one that likes blood to be always spilled for him before he will do anything. You know, hey, before he may you must he got a menu sacrifice and he got zune wun he got zo or coco he got okay. 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 Reports reaching us states that Fulani terrorist herdsmen attacked police station at Soro area, southwest Nigeria. There is a video here showing it, and then there is also a report that the Nigeria military invaded Azumili Aziks in Okwa East, Abia State, a couple of days back, and according to the reports, many innocent villagers were killed. Many innocent villagers were killed, and many. Okay, please do forgive me. Okay. Many innocent villagers were killed and many Okwa youths were abducted by the Nigerian soldiers. Reports has it that they threatened to turn Abia State into a bloody state. Many innocent individuals were tortured and abandoned to die in the village. And worst of it all, they came into the villages in the night hours. In the night. They came into the villages in the night so that they can kill and destroy the people, so that they can kill and destroy during these dark hours. According to information, they are currently moving around in the villages, abducting innocent youths, while many people have deserted these villages. And their reasons for these killings and the abduction is because of the killings of 5 soldiers on 30th May 2024 in Aba. Also, one of those that survived their torture said they threatened to his hearing that they must unleash hell in Okrika and Akwete indigenes and must kill all those agitating for freedom. So do not think that there are particular people that are agitating for freedom. In your mind, don't you want a free a life, one that you can make decisions for yourself? So are you not agitating? You know, whatever the mind can think, it can make happen. As long as you desire a change, you are part of those that they want to kill. As long as you desire a change that is positive, a positive change, you are part of those that they want to kill. Every Biafran must rise up. Every Biafran must rise up. It is quite appalling. It is quite shameful that Biafrans can be killed anyhow, and oh man, it is quite shameful. People are living. Today is Father's Day, isn't it? People are busy. Hey, happy Father's Day. Fathers protect their children. Our people make me ashamed, I swear. Our people make me ashamed. Our people make me ashamed. The real fathers will be coming here later today, this evening. So make sure that you're part of that program by 7:30 Biafra time. The host will be Mazi Jonathan. The real fathers will be here. These are people who are for our people. They are anyway. Our Nigeria is just so toxic. It's so toxic. It's so toxic. You know, people are actually looking for explanation that they will give why they should save themselves. Why should I save myself? I made a bet, or the bet flopped, or therefore I have to kill myself. Why? You are looking for a reason for you to save yourself. Oh, you want to kill yourself? Why don't you then go and attack those who make this possible, who has made this possible? Attacking doesn't necessarily mean carrying guns and the rest of them. You can find a way to make sure that you are collapsing the zoo in one way or the other. Just dedicate your life towards that mission and find a way to strategize and do your job and continue with your responsibility. Here I am. I'm not here because I like waking up by 12, in the morning just to be awake the whole morning. No, that's not why I am here. I'm here because it is a responsibility. I saw there was nobody doing this, so I came. When I came, I started on Motherland. It was because there was a space on Motherland. There was a space. So I said, okay, since there is a space and it's been there for a while, and I think I can do this, why not offer that service? It's as simple as that. I did not have all it took. Actually, at that point, I was about to actually go into some other thing. I said, but there is an opportunity for service. Rather than be angry about, Nigeria, what are we doing? Where's the service? What service are we doing? We want to be told, do not kill yourself. Or, hey, your boss is bad, but this is why you shouldn't kill yourself. Tomorrow is good. Tomorrow will be better. You never know tomorrow. Nonsense. Just save yourself and stop waiting for excuses or reasons. Save yourselves. Stop relying on hope that has gotten you nowhere. You know something? Somebody once asked me, Mazi, what is your religion? I looked at the person and I laughed. I said, oh no, the person said, Mazi, are you a Christian? I said, no, I'm not. The person said, what are you then? Are you Omenala? I said, no, I'm not. The person said, then what are you? I did not accept that an Awumonyo Omenala because I did not know the first thing about it. I did not know the first thing about it. So I can't identify with something that I do not know. It's just me being, it's just me lying to myself. It's just me lying to myself. But one thing I know for sure is that I'm a Biafran. And one thing I know for sure is that Biafra is not about the killing of others. Biafra is about preservation. And therefore that is my religion. That is my, something. Some people think because I obey the 10 commandments, therefore I'm a Christian. No, I don't have to be a Christian for me to obey the 10 commandments. This thing is just simple. This is common sense. You know that you don't sleep with your neighbor's wife. It is common sense. You know that all those things written there, do not kill, do not do this, all these things are just common sense. I don't have to be a Christian to our leader once said that I want to find a way to put it so that you do not misunderstand what I'm trying to say. He said something about the teachings of Jesus Christ, that I'm trying to find the way he put it so that he respects it and he adheres to it, right? But people can easily misunderstand it as saying that, for instance, it means that that name is his Lord and personal Savior. It doesn't really mean that. Like, I can admire you, I can admire your works, without seeing you as all that. Oh, is this a good person? Yes, I like the way he does. I like his teaching. Oh, perfect. It's as simple as that. As simple as that. Do I need to be a Christian before I obey the 10 commandments? No. This is something I learned from home, that I have to do this and do this. It is just been thought that this is good and this is not good. So if you are already doing these things, why are you not a Christian? Because it is not working for my people. But it doesn't mean it is not working. It is working for some people. But for me, it is not working. For me to say, oh, because it's not working for me, therefore it is just bad. No. Because then you will miss out on learning the lessons you can learn from it. You will now leave this struggle without learning some very valuable and important lessons because you just demonized it. You did not take time to say, nah, but for these people, it is actually a very good thing, no? How were they able to really structure this in such a way that people I was I was a sheep? How were they, so that even in your training, in your own indigenization, in your own religion, you are able to take some of those lessons and incorporate into your own. Your own. If you ask Muslims, are they Christians? They will say no. But their stories are Judaism, Christianity, Islam. Their stories are coming from the same place. What did they do? They took the stories, they learned from it. They took what matters, they incorporated it into their own. Mazi Jonathan has taught us extensively about this Mecca, and how that square that people go around, that this is their native, their own thing. So they just took from here, took from there, and fixed their own. And today, there's the news I read yesterday, not just yesterday, some other people in Nigeria, they were caught carrying cocaine. These are people who are going for pilgrimage. They were caught with drugs at the airport. And some of them were stranded because of Nigeria government. Do you know how much Nigeria budgeted for that pilgrimage? Whereas that money could have gone into building one for them. But no. That is not Nigeria. Why should they better the lives of slaves? Now, the line is open. You can call in and be part of the conversation. The number to call is +27 7380900689. This number is also on Signal, so you can call on Signal and or WhatsApp and be part of this conversation. Now, let's go to the next news. This is also from Whistler. It says here that 7 undergraduates found dead in studio. This is Nigeria. 7 undergraduates found dead in studio. The dead bodies of 7 young men were found in a music studio in Yenagoa, the Bayelsa State capital, on Tuesday. This is from 21st May. I know why I'm going back to May. Because today, you know what is already happening in Nigeria. You know the invasion of Aba by the Fulani. You know the false flag that they are carrying out. Today, I just want to motivate our people a bit. I want to also show some clarity to Nigerians, those who are still talking about Nigeria, those who have disconnected from Nigeria but are not doing anything to prove that they have disconnected from Nigeria. These are the reasons why, these people are the reason why I am here this morning. And this news says the deceased persons were said to be working in the recording studio located along Transformer Road in Amarata axis of Yenagoa, owned by one of them, identified as Apos Barakubo. Now, you think Nigeria cannot happen to you simply because you are not fighting for freedom. You are not in IPOB. Most of these people abducted in Abad, you think that they are in IPOB? You think so? You think it's only IPOB members? Ndewo Mazi, welcome to Radio Biafra. Please go ahead, introduce yourself and your opinion.
Ndewo nwa Chineke, Sochima Mbanali. Great Biafrans, Udo Chukwu Okuka Abịama dịrị ndị ihe ọma na dị mma. We are Biafrans. We are trying to save ourselves from the secretion of British. Biafra is our religion. On this hollow platform is where we worship Eze Chukwu Okuka Abịama, the God of our land, the God of our ancestors. That Chukwu ahụ nọnyere nna nna ya 1960-70 when the evil world gang up against our fathers. That Chukwu ahụ ka anyị na-efe. Our leader remains Mazi Nnamdikanu, one of Biafra land, the only man who rejected everything on this world for us to be free. Oyawabo Oyendu Biafrans. The only person that said we can never continue like this. That about Oreo market days in our land. You know, Mbanali, when we look at the way we are being living in Nigeria, we are forcing ourselves into the people who does not want us. That is why when you look at Nigerians, you see there is nobody there. Nobody, no reason, nothing. People are just moving like something that have no control. What they want immediately in the morning, they eat, they go their normal way, come back. Nobody's thinking. Is it this way that people supposed to be living? No light, no good roads, no running water, no quality, no good education, no quality hospital. You went to a chemist to buy drug, that chemist will be like marketplace because disease is too much. You ask yourself, does our life really matters to people that call themselves religious leaders and politicians in this kind of country we are into? And many things that are happening here, it can never happen to another country on the whole world. We die like chicken. If military does not kill you, police will do. If police did not kill you, civil defense will do. If the civil defense did not kill you, Fulani terrorists, Fulani herdsmen will do. Or you die in accident. Why? Because we don't listen. We only defend the God. We always come out to defend the God. But to defend our light is zero. There is something sometimes when I think about it, I say, oh, does it mean that people don't listen? You know, look at our land. Our fathers use their money, they are there from farm, and build school for us and handed it over to government. And some group of people came down here, starting gathering us in our communities, telling us that Jesus said, Jesus tell us to destroy the old things and follow the new things. And the people that pick is the people that committing evil against the villagers, against their own people. That will pick them and started telling them that from today, if I said I have repented from this, I am now born again, and we bless them with their own hand and give them some shiny things. Go in, started preaching Jesus. And these people will start preaching, gathering our children, telling them the way of life. But you said you have repented, and somebody said God have forgive you, but the person you offended still there. You have never go direct to that person and ask forgiveness. Now, they tell us that look at as far as our population is increasing, we need a place we can build a church. And our people will volunteer their own land to build a church. We started contributing money to build the church. After building the church, furnishing it, buy equipment, make it fine. This is one on up. Yeah, they are starting teaching us, and somebody will be there telling you that there is another thing we need to do that will help us more. Let us build a school. Build a school so that our children be schooling. Why our fathers already built, our mind will just wave away from the one that we have already. pursuing the one that the person who came to steal from us. We now build a school. After building that school, see what happened. These people is already remove the responsibility of the government, put it on our head again, put it on our to continue suffer, running around telling our people that I am paying. My first daughter is schooling in so evangelism school of this and that I'm paying 300 and something. But in our own school, the government school we build, is the school fees there is 20,000, but you decide because they already block your mind, they block your brain, paying 200 and 400 and for the one that you build. So those that started building it cannot afford the 400,000. Look at how they are changed. They remove the responsibility of government. Instead of government to help the help of the poor to make that school, now some people will come out and shift the responsibility of the government aside, and the government will go back and say, thank God these people came. Now we are now private hospital. If you see people that going government school now, they will look like people who does not have money. You see how these people destroy us. When we think about what is happening to us, does it mean that we don't listen? The coming of Mazi NnamdiKanu is like the blight of the day. Everybody starts thinking about what is going on in our society. A Fulani man, we come from Futajalon, came here and camping in our bush, starting harassing us, and everybody keep quiet. Nobody's saying anything then. They come out and kill, and kidnap, and kill, and kidnap. Nobody's saying that. Until somebody, that is why I said, this is the time God wants us to, the creator of this, where we are. Because when you tell me that somebody from Israel, somebody from England came here to save me. I thought, no, that is God who know that we are here. That is our ancestors. He created every tribe with their own culture and their language. If you allow your own to taken away from you, my brother, you continue to be a slave. Great Biafrans, may Elohim bless all the good ones. We are now questioning of everything we.
Hello, Mazi, are you there?
Now I'm trying to answer you. Yes.
Okay, please go ahead and finish.
So sorry, somebody interrupt. Is my coordinator. All right, great Biafrans, support ESM, stay together, remove your hand from evil. We are truly children of light. When we come out to tell people the truth, people will hear it and continue being a truthful Igbo man the way our ancestors live. May Elohim bless you for your good work.
Thank you very much, Mazi. Thank you. I appreciate your contribution this morning. As always, thank you very much. Now, before we go to the next caller, let me quickly read this. This says, attention, attention. Reports has it that Nigeria Army sent out SOS, that is Save Our Soul message, to Nigeria youth corpers serving in the southeast region, and the message reads, to corpers actively serving in the southeast region, the IO, Nigerian Army, said to inform you all corpers that they intercepted intelligence from IPOB, says that they are about to replicate the Chibok kidnap incident, but this time with corpers, not school students. So, as such, be on guard. Avoid wearing uniforms and moving in corper groups. Don't panic. Just be on alert wherever you are. Now, this you must understand that the above military intelligence that they claim to have intercepted from IPOB is completely false. It is them. You see what they are doing in about a false flag narrative operation. Now they want to create another false flag operation in Biafra land, some other place in Biafra land, and they have their targets. They've already told you the people that they are targeting. The SOS message was sent to all those serving in Anambra, Imo, Enugu, and Abia, and so many others. We must know that the Nigerian military and government are now setting up another false flag operations they want to use to destabilize Biafra land, this time against the Nigeria Youth Corpus. We must all be on high alert. You know that Nigeria army cannot save you. You understand how much they hate you as a Nigerian. You bloody Nigeria. That's what they call you. You understand that. Then is it the nature of Nigeria government that hasn't saved you from terrorists to come and rescue you from those who are actually saving you? You see, Nigeria doesn't even make sense. You must even go on your social media, condemn. If you received it, let's see. You make a video, make it. This is Nigeria Army's plan. This is their plan. Okay, let's go to the caller. Mazi Okechukwu, welcome to Radio Biafra. Please go ahead, introduce yourself and your opinion in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Okay, someone okay. Mazi Mbanali. I'm Chukwu Okike. Chineke. Okay, Bubakero Wanile. Bless you for this assignment. Jishike. I'm more than happy with you for serving me and serving every Biafran through this process. Okike, bless all of us. Biafrans all over the world, I am working Shishka. I they come from Aba, President Eba, and I from Umowa in Olu province, Biafra land, Umowa, Northern Sokoto. And you can see the news, Mazi Mbanali, Redina. Biafrans, Imonana. Now, coppers, IPOP have come to save all of you. If you have sense, anyone feeble, you na makwabo, na zahe korea from anyone feeble. And the eye will damala, no matter, umuwanya. Oh, kakore gero, makamazin banala, kawachala, kudunome, amala, because I get them me on amad. Kwanu Christian, I owu Biafra. Mazi Mbanali, yamanang namma. Maka kena anu nkengo, amade no chigele nkengo. Dada NnamdiKanu anu chagelo rebi obidire. Who is that the person that can touch our leader by all this process? Both the military, police institution, both in desire to kill us and take our land. That is the final bus stop. Biafrans. Anywhere you are, nobody's safe. My father, my bishop, my pastor. Who ordained you? That is number one. Do you know God? Which language you speak? Which spirit are you consulting? Then you are condemning your own self, your own ancestor. Do you know what is transfiguration? Do you know how this world will be? Then you are daring the most high Okike. Okay, Towa. That's our Chinek. But I have changed everywhere. It will affect. Tell the son that offering boss. That may just bring him out. Pushing us, allowing the foreigners to kill us and take gold and silver from land. Look at how we are suffering. That the chicken does him. Onya went there, then NnamdiKanu the rails, the Jim the road. That's it. Now, for one name, the next person, now it broke everywhere in Alibo. Tata, you have to do. And I saw to be free. I free before. Numbers chapter 16. Yana Numbers chapter 17. The rebellion of Korah, Dathan and Ab. The fire pan. Aaron served the people and Aaron stick. And the Lord said to Moses and Aaron, stand back from these people and I will destroy them immediately. But Moses and Aaron bowed down with their faces to the ground and said, oh God, you are the source of life. When one person sins, do you get angry with the whole community? The Lord said to Moses, tell people to move away from the tent of Korah and Dathan and Abiram. The Lord said to Moses, put Aaron's stick back in front of the covenant bus. It is to be kept as a warning to the rebel Israelites, which is Biafra, that they will die unless they stop complaining. And if you want to be saved, Morocco, IPOP. Now we get this land. The Most High, taking note of this state must be safe. Okay, just can work on. Okay, we quite 15 years at age. On and on, no come na kalam. Na kwa for government no government touching on God. I must be government no government data. Case 1928. You are the governor of Abia State. God bring your son out. I'm here with you. Kesheska knows that. And the Tenebo, don't threaten us again. And don't just threaten Kesheska. Come cut away. President of contraption, and I don't know that I only disturb you. Don't know my best man is a Yoruba man. And he's coming up. That's science. Mazi Sochima Mbanali. Nonsense. Look at all the leaders of Yoruba. Talk Yoruba Nilamusha. Look at all the leaders of Hausa. Talk Hausa Nilamusha. Because of what they want to take the land of West. Really. Bringing English, bringing Jesus Christ, bringing Abraham, bringing everything. To take our land and Moawa. As we Moawa. Let today be the last one of food, washing of food. And every territory of Moawa ain't tight and secured, and you yourself secured. And when say one from or anywhere no nelo wa. Kana so only so Muhammad do sabato no eh. Ndo ya kokko na ho any of you are no threat.
Ndewo.
Nani nazo.
Dalo.
Kai lo tebe mezo mo warumma. Dada tike do melete. Dada tina sabu. When no why you lo tebe. No hurry. Referendum. So that on this earth America will see. Okay, Kano was the big contributor. Okay, Petro was a woman of Massa. The Kofano, Ewala Kagomana Tomazano, Langu Chineke, Kusini Kenda. Again, you know to Tomuni, less of Procomula. Manaka, Manoriango, Manafongo, Manampongo. Oje,
Oh, hell Biafra. Thank you very much, Mazi. I appreciate. Thank you very much. Okay, let's us go to this just quickly to this headline. This is IPOB press release of yesterday, 15/06/2024, and I'll just read the headline so I can introduce the next caller. And it says, indiscriminate arrest and detention of Abia youths by murderous army, an ethnic cleansing agenda against Ndibo, IPOB. Okay, we will continue with that. Let me go to the next caller. Caller, welcome to Radio Biafra. Please go ahead, introduce yourself and your opinion. Ndewo.
Mazi Sochima
Ụtụtụ ọma.
Mazi Ndewo. Unu bụ ndị mere ka anyị na-aghọta ihe na-aga n'ụwa. I'm praising all IPOB family members, especially our leader, Mazi NnamdiKanu. He's a man of the match. Whenever I wake up in the morning and they remember our leader and they hear the voice of my people, it makes me happy. That is why yesterday when our brother Mazi Jonathan was asking us questions about religious, I laughed. I answered. Man, we pray for these religious Meraisha Jaja, more especially in the name of Christians. That is why I put it as a challenge to every Christian, especially in Biafra land, our brothers and sisters, who use Christian as their religion, and they challenge you to the highest court that nobody, even including me, if the kingdom of God is rare, none of us will cross the gate. Because of what? Money. Since money is involved, like as our brother first scholar talk about how churches point to school. In the Bible, Jesus Christ said, "You should not trade in his church," according to the Bible. Bible, my own understanding, I can even say because of this Biafra comment. That is why we go make a mistake and read the Bible. You don't have brother in terms of the pastor can never preach of what is happening. All this information given to us in order to save our life. You can never see a reverend father or even a pastor to preach it and tell his people that he is coming to kill you. Everybody should prepare and save his. No. They will only tell you that God will save you. If the Bible says that if your enemy cut off your head, that you should die joyfully, and now the person will go to hell, then you go to the kingdom of God. They just put us into confusion. Many of us, we are confused. We are just taking the shadow. Thank God for Mazi NnamdiKanu. And you people, God, through him, selected you people, one by one, to be telling us this is what's about to happen, this is what's happening. This information given to us. How much is about this information? This is not something that money will buy. Tell the truth and say the last word and shame the devil. Mazi NnamdiKanu say that we will destroy the Jews with truth. We will not fight them with the gun, with any weapon. We will not fight them with any object. Thank God for him and the kudos to you people. My brother, prophet, I hear your voice this morning. Chukwu Kadama will protect you people at Aba in other states to the core. And the Biafra land as a whole, by hearing the voice of our people and focusing on Biafra restoration, we are going there and we must reach there. I Peter always say this, that it's a must, Biafra must come. I thank God for you. Keep it up, my brother. No.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, sir. Have a wonderful day. And happy Father's Day. Today is Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, sir. Ndewo.
I wish you good luck, long life and prosperity. You know, everybody is known as South Africa.
He said, okay, thank you very much to that caller. And the line is still open. We have some minutes to go, so you can call in and be part of this conversation. And I want to say something. I got into a religion that I did not know, that I did not as a baby. The time I was baptized, I never knew what I was being indoctrinated into. Now that I know, I must understand something before I identify with it. And the reason is because you don't jump from one problem to another. That is the way abused people that are suffering from abusive relationship do. They jump from one toxic relationship to another. The reason why I say this is because we have seen people who have bastardized our way of life for over 600 years. They've bastardized Omenalani for over 600 years. They've deviated from our way. So then Biafra is an identity that has Omenalani and all of it into it. That is why one of the most beautiful times in my life is when Mazi Chike will come here and tell us that, okay, we need to pray with kola nut. That taught me a lot. So once we are able to properly structure our religion the way we want it, whether ayoporea omenala, mowa ayo continue na boya Biafra, then it becomes something that I will know and I can identify. But for now, the only thing I know that I know clearly is Biafra. It doesn't matter where you take me, when you wake me up, whether you wake me up in my sleep or anything. It is something that I know, that I can stand, that I can defend anywhere. So any other thing, any other ideology, any other teaching is something that if it does not come under, if it is not, for instance, the philosophy that comes through this Biafra religion, then it is not something that will really work for me. You see? So I don't know. Maybe if I was born into a family where I was taught Omenala, then maybe I would know. Then I would say yeah. But now I don't know. I'm even here where I'm not learning here. Yes, I go on Facebook, I follow a lot of people who speak on Omenala, but I can't say that I know still. So one of the problems that black people have is identifying with what they do not know. For instance, go ask people, you say you are this, you are that. You are not Igbo, you are Abo. Can you tell me about that identity? They also don't know. They don't know. Because they accepted an identity they did not know. And how is that turning out? But you know the Igbo identity. You know. Just like I know the Biafran identity. Just like whether you are from Igede, you are from anywhere in Biafra land, you know that this is your Biafra identity. Whether you want to run from it or not, you know this is your identity. Therefore, that one that you know is the one that you can totally defend. Is the one that you can don't defend what you don't know. Don't defend what you don't know. Okay, so this is let me go to the first paragraph of this press release that was released yesterday by IPOB. It says the movement and worldwide family of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, led by the indomitable leader Mazi NnamdiKanu, condemns the indiscriminate arrest of innocent civilians in Abia State because of the malicious murder of Igbo soldiers at Obikabia Community Junction on 30th of May 2024. The continuous intimidation, illegal arrest, torture, and forceful disappearance of Igbo youths by the Nigerian army is part of an ethnic cleansing agenda against Ndibo. After the false flag operation that led to the killing of 5 Nigerian soldiers at Obikabia military checkpoint Aba on 30th May, hundreds of Abia youths have been abducted by the unprofessional Nigerian army, sweeping the city and arresting innocent people in the name of falsely looking for IPOB and ESN operatives is a cover-up against investigation into the slain soldiers incident. IPOB and ESN are not involved in the attack and murder of the soldiers. It is unfortunate that the Nigerian army are belittling themselves internationally because of their hatred they have against Ndibo. No amount of false flag operations and blackmail will make IPOB retreat in the quest for Biafra independence. The Nigerian government and the Nigerian army knew very well that the attack and murder of the soldiers was a false flag operation by the Nigerian army. IPOB intel have revealed that the aggrieved Fulanese kidnappers dislodged by the demolition of shanties at the Lokbanta cattle market colluded with some Fulanese in the military command at Aba, carried out the false flag operations on May 30th during Biafra Heroes Day. In order to create confusion among Ndibo, the Fulanese in Abia State Military Command deployed only Igbo soldiers and few Christian soldiers from Middle Belt region to the marked military checkpoint for this particular purpose. The soldiers were sacrificed for the false flag operation to blackmail IPOB and create an opportunity for the army to invade Abia State. We challenge the Nigerian army to show the world the record of the results of the investigation that showed and records that show the posting of soldiers that day. Let the world see that they destroyed only Ndiwo in Nigeria army and decided to accuse IPOB ESN for the attack and murder of the soldiers at the Obikabia military checkpoint on 30th May. The murderous Nigerian army murdered their fellow soldiers just to blame this innocent IPOB and ESN movement. The Nigerian army was on a mission to eliminate a large number of Igbo people and Christian soldiers. In that way, it will be easy for their jihadist and terrorist brothers to fulfill the Ottoman Danfodio agenda of dipping the Quran in the Atlantic Ocean. The governor of Abia State should be careful not to fall into the trap of using the false flag operation to set himself up against Abia citizens. Permitting the indiscriminate illegal arrest of his fellow citizens will damage his already earned admiration. Governor Alex Oti must be careful of working with retired General Ihejirika, who will turn him against the people to destroy his political ambition. Abia State must not be turned into a war zone as a result of false flag operations that the Nigerian army has adopted to justify the invasion of Abia State. The Nigerian army and their aggrieved Fulanese at Lokbanta want to divert Abia State governor's attention from their malicious agenda. Governor Alex Oti must not allow himself to focus on fighting IPOB and ESN while the Fulani terrorists and Nigeria military perfect their strategy to destabilize Abia State and frustrate his development agenda. Dr. Alex Oti should look beyond the false flag operation that led to the death of the soldiers at Obikabia military checkpoint, but be careful with his political adversaries before they lead him astray. Indiscriminate illegal arrest of Abia State citizens by the Nigeria Army is targeted at pitting him against the citizens. IPOB therefore calls on the Nigerian Army and the Abia State Governor to release all the illegally abducted innocent citizens. The Nigerian Army is using intimidation and indiscriminate arrest to force Biafran youths to flee from their communities so that the imported Fulani terrorists invade our communities without resistance. Igbo leaders should stop allowing the massacre of our youths for political correctness when other ethnic leaders are protecting their youths. If the propagandist Nigerian army thought using false flag operations to blackmail IPOB and ESN would deter us from defending Biafran land against jihadists and terrorists, they are wasting their time. IPOB and ESN remain resolute and unshakable. Comrade Emma Powerful, Media and Publicity Secretary for IPOB. So this is where we leave this program today. This is where we bring it to an end. Thank you very, very much for being part of this program. I appreciate each and every one of you. Each and every one of you. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mazi NnamdiKanu must be released. Mazi NnamdiKanu did not commit any crime known to the law. Therefore, if Nigeria is walking and talking democracy, they should release Mazi NnamdiKanu immediately. They should release Mazi NnamdiKanu because he committed no crime and their law, their own courts said so. The leadership will be here today. Members of the DOS, they will be here this evening from 7:30 Biafra time. So make sure that you are part of it. Make sure that you inform others. Make sure you get your pen and your papers ready. Thank you and thank you and thank you. Do have a wonderful, wonderful day. Happy Father's Day to all fathers. Ndewonu.